Hello, everybody. My name is Retro Soul 86. Time for an update, and I'm going to lower my microphone volume just a little bit. There we go. Okay, hopefully my audio is coming up a little bit better. I've been tweaking it off and on. Um, Health's been doing all right. Allergies are kicking my butt. Tree pollen. Oh my gosh, feels like somebody's stabbing me right here, all the way around, and it's not enough. Most of the time, it's not enough to really bother me too much, but it's like a little needle. Just, I take medication every 4 hours and seems to be doing better. Hi. She's got to make her presence known in like every video. This is Yona. Got a little bit of a scary face. Although it's not too bad. Um, hey, kicking the couch. Weirdo. Anyway, health's been doing good. Work's been pretty decent. Of course, it's a mega chain, so what do you figure? It's There's days that are good, days that are problems. Yeah, it happens. Um, Still got videos out through 2027. We're on the Power update. I've still got 2 series recorded that I have not even uploaded. That are just casual playthroughs of games that I really enjoyed. Cruising World and Mobile Suit Gundam Journey to Jaburo. And I believe, I don't know if I've done Red Alert for YouTube or not yet. That one might be one I'm going to put off because I'll have 3 casual series already set up for 2028. But I got videos out through 2027, most of 2028. Well, I want to say probably at least a quarter into 2028. I can't upload that far yet. Well, maybe I can. I haven't checked. But I really recently started getting back into the retro achievements thing because I had it on my Steam Deck and I was like, I'll go give it another shot. Um, Mastered, I think it was Simpsons Road Rage on Game Boy Advance. I was so wrong about that game in my one time videos block where I said it was just terrible. It was actually incredibly fun. I did not give it enough of a shot. I humble myself and say that I did not give it enough of a shot. Um, I completed every single achievement for that game, mastered it. It was so much fun to do. The only bad part was it was a lot of grinding because you don't make as much money in that game as you do like the console ports, like GameCube, PS2, Xbox. You don't make as much money. So it takes longer. And you have to go all the way to the million to get the last achievement for unlocking characters. And that was a pain in the butt. That was like a month and a half, 2 months of work every day for at least an hour a day. Most days. My head is pounding. So I'm still trying to go through this. So, but I decided I wanted to do it on the channel as well. Now it's not going to be like the main focus of the channel. It's going to be Saturdays and Sundays starting. I want to start starting it in July. Because I want to give myself enough time to get 1, 2, maybe 3 series up. That way, if I want to say do a more difficult game, let's use Final Fantasy VII as an example. I do want to do it someday. Let's use it as an example for now. That's a game that's going to take forever to do because mastering all materia and getting all the blue magic and yada yada yada. And so that would take forever to do. And multiple playthroughs probably. So that is something that I want to build up time for. Now there's some games I have reset the achievements on. because I want to redo them on camera and get them. A, because I think they'd make really cool shorts. I think people would enjoy seeing people getting achievements. I know myself, I enjoy watching it, so I figure maybe people might enjoy it as well. But I'm also doing series based off of getting those achievements, like a playthrough of the game while getting achievements, not just so I have more content, but because, like myself, sometimes you need a little help to figure out, well, what's the best route to get this achievement, or where's this last item? I can't find it. Like, for example, I can use this as a great example. The 9 trades in Pokemon Red. I mastered Pokemon Red less than a week ago, I want to say. And one of them was, do all the in-game trades. Well, normally I would look at the comments left on that particular achievement, and it showed 8. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's 8. So then it said 8 of 9. I'm like, there's a 9th? What? I had to look it up on, I think it was Bulbapedia or one of those Pokemon websites to show me. No, I think I used Gemini, the Google AI. And so that's something I really appreciate AI for, is it'll look through hundreds of articles and show me, the information I actually need. Instead of me trying to surf through all the entire internet trying to find something. It's a pain in the butt sometimes. I don't use it for like coding or inputting information in the Linux or anything like that, but for just basic questions, I need an answer. I don't want to go through 30 pages. I like AI for that, for search engines. With that said, anyway, but that was an example of, it didn't tell me there was one last achievement or one last trade. The person didn't. So I had to look it up. So I want to be there as an example of, here's all the trades. Here's all these things we can do. The first one we're doing is going to be Spyro the Dragon for PlayStation 1. It's one of my favorite games. I mastered it in like 24 hours, 23 and a half hours. It wasn't that hard for me because I know Spyro the Dragon like the back of my hand. It's a really fun, incredibly perfect game in my mind. One of my easily top 10. So that's going to be the first one. I've already got 4 episodes recorded. I've already almost completely beaten the Peacekeepers world. Again, all the artisan achievements, all the artisan world achievements. I think I'm on the boss of Peacekeepers now. And the achievements for that aren't really that hard either. So I'm trying to show people like how to get the achievements, how to go through gameplay. Not as much spoken because sometimes I forget to talk. And through visual example of like what not to do as well. Sometimes I screw up. Like I fall off a lot of cliffs. I don't know why. I want to blame my controller, but it's me just going. But after that is going to be Spyro the Dragon Japan. So it's going to be a literal mirror playthrough, but the Japanese version, which has easier achievements. 90% of it is just 95% of it's just 100% this level. Okay, I can do that. There's no time trial stuff. It's really easy because the game is actually much harder. For one reason, you don't have passive camera controls. You don't have active camera controls. You literally have to push L2 and R2 to turn your camera all the time. You have to. Because apparently children in Japan were getting ill due to motion sickness in games at the time. So they thought, oh, let's do this. That gives me a whole nother achievement set to complete. After that, I'm hoping to do Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Now, I wanted to make this a rule of I cannot do an achievement series until I've done a casual playthrough, but at the same time, Spyro 2 I would make the exception for, because I really enjoy Spyro 2. I've already completed it myself personally, not on camera. This was years ago. And it's one of those, I think I would make the exception because I feel like I would have more fun, because I played through it so many times. I would have more fun doing it as an achievement series and casual playthrough. I feel like I would get bored doing that. That's my just personal thing. I've also had the temptation to live stream after the first one. Start doing achievements on live stream. I've actually got a really great program called Stream Track, or a website called Stream Tracker without the E, streamtrackr.com. And they have an incredible website to help you keep track of your achievements. It lets you post up which ones you're looking for next, up to like 5 in a row. You can customize like your look from like over a dozen different templates and stuff. And it tracks it live. I mean, legitimately. It doesn't show in the preview as much, but through OBS, I can see it just like instantly changes. It keeps track of everything that's going on. So I really like that, because I was testing it out today as well, see how well it would work, and it worked out really nicely. There's a multitude of different games I could do. There's Mickey and Minnie: The Great Circus Mystery, Mega Man X. There's only certain games I would be kind of nervous to do, and that would be like your GoldenEye or your Perfect Dark, or your more ones that require like higher difficulty plays, because I'm strictly more casual player. So I don't really like playing games on super high difficulties unless I really want to. Now, with that said, Batman Returns might be an option down the road. Maybe. I know Darkwing Duck on Game Boy is definitely an option I want to toss out there. Tiny Toons Bab's Big Break for Game Boy. That would definitely be another one, but I want to try to stick to the rule of, if I haven't done a casual playthrough of it for the channel, I cannot do an achievement run series for that video, for that game, because I still want to do casual playthroughs and show people the love of these games that I have. I don't want to turn it into nothing but achievement runs, because there's a lot of games that still do not have achievements yet. They just released, I think it was 180 sets for Wii. So I'm definitely going to be taking the rest of tonight and getting my Wii's copied, so I can start checking out which ones I can do. I think right now I already have Dark Side Chronicles, which I'm wanting to look into how easy it would be to do keyboard and mouse, or if I should invest in an actual Wii remote and sensor, nunchuck and sensor. I'm looking into that and seeing how viable that would be, because there's a lot of really fun Wii games out there. One game I promise you I won't do is Animal Crossing for GameCube, and that's only because it would take forever to do. I'd only be able to record 2 days a week, and God, 3 weeds a day, that'd be 15 weeds I would have to pick every single Wednesday. And it's tedious and annoying as heck. And there'd be events I would miss and stuff, unless I would be able to look into how I could reset the virtual clock in the game, like you used to do on the GameCube to get certain events and stuff like that, certain days. I would be down to do that at that point. So I'm going to look into that as well. There's a lot of good ones. Metroid Prime is one of them I really want to do. Mario Sunshine seems like it would be fun. I don't know. I haven't looked at the set yet. Smash Bros. Melee is something I'm kind of looking forward to do maybe. But I would have to do a casual playthrough. Now for that, I would see if I could find a game save file that would have all the characters unlocked, and I would want to put them all through, like, say, arcade mode or something like that, or one of the modes. And then I would feel okay with doing a series for achievements. But I would have to turn the achievements off until I finish my casual playthrough. Oh, another one that I would be able to do. I have recorded it. It's not coming out until like late 2027, I believe. Is Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer or Racer. I did record that. It's already out on Rumble. So that's going to be on there. It's also coming to YouTube, but it's going to be next year because I already have so many things scheduled out already. But I'm really, really happy with having an achievement tracker that I can use in Linux. It's web-based. It tracks everything just fine. It does what I want it to do. I can keep track of specific ones that I'm looking forward to doing in this video or something like that. I mean, it does everything that I need. I literally do not have a need for Windows anymore, period. That was like the only reason I was having to but we're gonna do achievements. It's gonna be Saturdays and Sundays starting in July. I've already got 4 episodes recorded. I can easily do the Spyros, the first 2, get them set up, and then I'll think about live streaming the achievement runs, because I know there's some people that really enjoy watching people get achievements and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about doing that. Getting more involved in the retro achievements community. I really want to do that. I gotta force myself to do that kind of thing. All right, last subject. I am no longer on Windows. I have no need for Windows. Once Windows 11 started talking about going into an agentic OS and kind of shoving AI everywhere under the sun, I decided I didn't want to be around that no more. And it was around that time that it was 4 years ago when Linus Tech Tips, which is a great channel to watch, started doing their first Linux daily driver challenge. And I believe Linus nuked his desktop, which was hilarious, because it could happen to your basic user who's never used Linux before. That could very easily happen. Very easily. Luke went with the second competitor compared versus Linus, who did it with Linus, I should say. Chose Linux Mint, which is a solid Linux distribution. If you're going from Windows and you want something that is very similar to Windows, Linux Mint is a solid option. It does have good gameplay. I mean, you can get your current. It is a little like 6 months behind on some packages, but that's just to make sure everything stays stable, reliable. I've used it countless times. I'm going back and forth. I've used Linux Mint, and I give it a 10 out of 10 solid proof. Now, if you want more current, I'm currently using Nobara Linux, which is one I trust implicitly. I do not trust Bazai because I've screwed up both times on Bazai, and I don't. It was my own fault for not using Time Shift, which is it takes a like snapshot of your system and then hides it off to the side. So if you screw something up, you can bring it back and say, use this. Kind of like Windows Pinpoint or something like that. I forget what it's called. Windows. I want to say Windows Pinpoint. But anyway, I've used Garuda, which I didn't really care for Garuda a ton because I was jumping right into Arch Linux, which, yeah, it is tricky. It's not undoable. You can do it. There's a new contender out there called CashOS, which I've thought about doing, but I'm comfortable on Nobara. It has stuff input in to where OBS can record games right off the bat with game capture, just like on Windows. It's fantastic window selection. You select display or window. All my stuff works. Like my Blue Yeti works just fine. My Logitech camera works just fine. Sorry about that. Oh, all my Steam games work just fine. The only thing that Linux cannot do at the current moment compared to Windows is stuff that requires kernel level anti-cheat. Now I'm hearing stories off and on about they're trying to find a way to make it work, like a certain way that they can access a kernel and blah 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 blah, and you know, having it client side or server side, and a lot of companies aren't wanting to do it right now. But I feel like as Windows keeps losing steam as it is, they're gonna go, okay, we're just not making enough money. Maybe we should open a door open, have a window open to Linux and see how it goes. Because like Apex Legends used to be viable for Linux as well. So it's GTA 5, and they both just went, nah, we don't want you anymore. You're all full of hackers. I'm sorry. All the programs are easily accessible in Windows. How do I know? Because my kid used them. Yeah. And we were running Windows. Yeah, they're easily accessible in Windows. So I don't want to hear the crap of, oh, Linux is just full of hackers. No, we're full of just people who want our privacy. I mean, it's honest. Um, but I don't feel comfortable on Windows anymore. So I went to Linux, and I have no problem. I had an issue today that was simply a package issue, and I solved it within 15 minutes. I got rid of the Flatpak and just downloaded a Flatpak is basically a pre-packaged version. Everything works with it. Just like an app image is the same thing. I'll explain those in another video. So I just downloaded the distributions file for the media player I was wanting to use, and it works just fine. Turns out it wasn't even an issue with the media player. It was because I was trying to use an MKV file, which it was on one I normally used to record in. I'm now using a hybrid MP4, which should play just perfectly fine. As soon as I rendered the video, well, okay, MKV, it was like juddery. All over Spyro was like juddery. I rendered it. It's an MP4. Oh, he's buttery smooth. So it has to do with the MKV format. The only reason I used that format was because if a power loss were to occur, it would cut off the video right there. So you would have still at least some of the video. But I wouldn't have the game save anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? All my emulators work in Linux. Brave works in Linux. I can customize it all I want. I literally have a icon set right now called Beauty Line, which it looks freaking gorgeous and neon and futuristic. But I have what looks like a Windows button for my start menu. It looks gorgeous. OBS works. I use an open source editor called Kdenlive I have for the past 3 years. Screw you, Adobe. I use Affinity Photo, which a user named Ryan's Andrew. I forget his name offhand. But he's a really cool dude who uses Linux, and he compiled a way to use Affinity Photo, which I had been using for quite a few years. Now, the free version, which is Affinity Studio, is an app image, which means, I'll explain it now, I guess. Every file and every dependency every thing that program depends on to be used is included in one file. So you can just activate it and everything works off the bat. And by golly, it works. It works just fine. Everything works. I can make my photos. I can do my thing. Why not use GIMP? I don't like GIMP. I'm sorry. I don't. I have tried it. It doesn't have what I need, what I like to have for filters, for uh layer effects and stuff like that. And it feels like I have to take 4 extra steps to do certain things, and it's no. There are some aspects of GIMP I really like, but I don't. But look forward to achievement series. I've got a few going. Um, I'm probably going to do achievement series for the rest of the year, actually, since I'm already into 2028 in terms of series. I'm going to take the rest. This is April 1st, 2026. I'm going to take the rest of this year and focus on achievement series. That way, I have a good library to continue on to. I have plenty of games to draw from. I mean, literally. Have you seen how many videos I have? Really? I have a ton to go for. I might still record a regular series here and there just to break it up. But I'm gonna have some fun with this. The Pokemon Red one really jacked me up, or jazzed me up. Because I had so much fun doing Pokemon Red. I'll probably do Pokemon Blue on this channel. There's pretty much the same achievements. The only difference is you have to use one of them is you have to use a team of exclusively blue version Pokemon, which is hilarious because missing number glitch still works in those. So rare candies for days. Duplication of TMs, duplication of items. Trust me, if you didn't have that, it would take forever. But with that said, I love you guys. Thank you for all the new people who have shown up and subscribed. I'm so happy that you're here. Let's end this year with 500 people. That's my goal, is 500. I'd be happy with just that. That would make my day. I've been on this channel for over a dozen years. And I would love to see 500 subscribers. Just people enjoying the content is my goal. That's my whole purpose here, is for people to enjoy the content, see these old games for so much fun and value compared to the new slop that they've got out there now, and come play some good old retro games. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.